Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's still your baby girl Gloria. You know how we do it, and today I've got somebody very special because I know some of you has been asking me this question. How do you become a nurse? How do you have masters in nursing without having any nursing background? So I've got somebody who is, I can call her, who has specialty because she's been through it, she's done it, she's in it, and she's going to be telling us everything. So you want to get your book, your pen, your paper, and start jotting. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Can you please tell us your name and your introduction, please?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Chisom Chizoba Eke. I am a wife, I'm a mom. I am an adult nurse. I'm a registered nurse here in the UK. So that's basically it. I have three kids and my family and I, we live in Manchester. So that's just it.
Thank you. And you know, she has a YouTube channel as well. She has very educative, informative content. So if you want to know more detail about this topic we're talking about today, you want to follow her. Follow her YouTube channel, please. That's her name on the screen. And tell her, Gloria sent me. You know how we do it now. So what other platforms can they follow you, please?
I am on Instagram at I am Chisom Chizoba Eke. I'm also on TikTok as It's Chisom. I am on Facebook as Chisom Chizoba Eke. I think that's basic. I am on Twitter, but don't worry about it.
That's fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So let's get to the deal. So how did you discover, or how did you come about coming to the UK and then doing masters in nursing when you were never a nurse? How did it even occur to you that you want to be a nurse?
Okay, so what happened was in 2018, my husband was like, okay, he's ready for us to like he just wanted his family to relocate because most of his friends they were telling me, what are you guys like? You have everything it is. What are your family still doing there? Like all that. So we started, first of all, we started off with Canada. That is like another story altogether. So after everything, Canada did not work out. That's another story for another day on my channel. So in 2020, yes. So because Canada is not working out, we were like, okay, instead of Canada just waiting, instead of waiting for the the is it PR, some the express entry and all those things. So one of our family friends just advised, just instead of Canada, just look at UK is okay too, and all that. Meanwhile, in around 2017 or 2018, when we started looking at relocating and all that, my friend that is in the US, I knew she was studying nursing in the US, and I knew she studied microbiology in Nigeria. So we were just discussing about it because we have options. We have option of is either relocating to America or relocating to the UK or Canada. So I was like making inquiries to know how we would go to the US and all that. So I asked her, she said yes, that there is something called accelerated nursing in the US that she's doing. That is just 2 years, and after that, you become a nurse. Like you write your NCLEX, you become a qualified nurse in the US. So she said that, and I was like, wow, that's good. So she just told me that. So when we started looking for admission, my husband said, okay, that he wants me to go to the UK and do the master's degree. Meanwhile, during that period, this postgraduate work permit, it hasn't been like it has been introduced, but people were not aware of it. Even we were not aware of it when we were making this whole plans. So I started looking for courses. I studied biochemistry in yeah, that was what I studied in Nigeria at ASUT. So I was now looking for something related, not entirely different from biochemistry. So, and I loved all this like healthcare courses and all that. I liked it, but nothing haven't like yet occurred to me at this point. So I was doing my research and I came across human nutrition, and it sounded okay to me. So I now typed accelerated no because I'm someone that does a lot of research. All I need is just one information, and from there I will even know more than you. I don't like being spoon-fed informations or asking and asking. All I need is just one. Just tell me one thing, and Google is there. Anything I want, I will go
You
there.
find it.
Except like things that you really now need someone to explain to you, because it's not everything that is in detail on Google. So I now typed accelerated nursing in the UK, accelerated nursing in Canada.
Hmm.
I saw them. Both countries offer this program.
Hmm.
Canada, I looked at Canada. Canada, you know how Canada, everyone was like Canada, Canada. So I looked for this program in Canada, and I saw that was in 2022. And first of all, it's not all the university that offer this program in Canada. After when you study this program in Canada, you will get a bachelor's degree. And when you study this program in the US, it's a bachelor's degree. It is only the UK that will give you a master's degree after this program. Yes. So I now checked, I'm like, what's the difference? These are top world countries. It's not because we Nigerians are trying to make a huge deal. These are top world countries that are respect each other, like they are top there. And secondly, my husband liked the UK. Prior to this moment, he comes here, he goes, like we visit and all that. So he prefers the UK. One of the reasons is that it is closer to home. That's the simple truth. 6 hours, we're at home. The
Yes.
flight tickets and everything. So we had to put a lot of things into consideration as a family. So me, I was looking at costs, because I know that if I want to study this nursing, it's going to be 2 years instead of 1 year, just going for masters for 1 year and all that. So we started hearing about the postgraduate work permit, and we're like, okay, I think we are heading somewhere. So I told my husband about it. He was like, I know it's 2 years, but just go for nursing. He just said it like that. He said, let's just suffer this thing once. I know it's expensive and all that, but just, babe, just go for it. That was just how we just checked everything. He asked about Canada, because my husband is a businessman, Igbo man. So he's a businessman. So my own is do the research and come up with something, and then just give him the details, and we'll discuss it, and if it's okay, he will just
Hmm.
start getting the funds ready.
Hmm.
So after everything, I told him the UK nursing is fine. He said okay. So one of our family friends here contacted one agency for us. An agent, yeah. They are here. I used an agent, but the agent was based here in Manchester, not in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes. So after that, I I already knew where my family and my husband and I already knew where the city we wanted to go. It's either it has to be Manchester or Birmingham, these two places. So we now chose the university, the Manchester Metropolitan University. Before we made up our mind, we just had 1 week for their admission to close.
Hmm.
And the person applied, but they said that my passport had just 6 months to expire. So I should go. And so before I could do anything, their admission closed. So I was now left with University of Salford, and luckily for me, I did not do my application myself, but everything that concerns that application, my personal statement, I did it myself. My recognition of prior learning, I did that myself. Everything. In fact, before she asked me for anything, I already know what she will ask. So I was just ready with everything she requires, and that was why. So I applied. I think I applied in second week of October, and by first week of November, I already have my offer. So,
Hmm.
so that's just that. That's it.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. We've
Yeah.
covered so many things, but we'll still go into detail a little bit.
Details.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so what are the requirements to do masters in nursing without nursing background? What are the requirements, and who is eligible? Who is qualified, please?
Okay. So first of all, I would like to say this: people mistake. There are two types of master's degree you can do in nursing in the UK.
Okay.
There is 1 year, which is only for people that are already nurses.
Okay.
And there is this 2 years accelerated nursing, or it's also called pre-registration, and it's for people that have a bachelor's degree in anything. Just have a bachelor's degree.
In
Now,
any subject.
anything, just have a bachelor's degree in whatever.
Mm.
So the requirements for all the universities are basically the same thing. However, there may be slight differences, especially when it comes to English language requirements. Yes. And some university will just say, okay, we just want someone with 2-1.
Okay.
Yes. Most of the universities require 2-2 and 2-1. So I will say that the first requirement is have a bachelor's degree in any field. It doesn't matter. Even if it's music, just have a bachelor's degree. Then the second one, and the most important one, is that you must have a healthcare experience.
Okay.
Yes, you must have worked in healthcare. It doesn't matter the setting, because healthcare can be anywhere. A secondary school has a sick bay. It's healthcare.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. A laboratory, like where they conduct labs. It's health related.
Okay.
A health center in the village is healthcare.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter where, but have this healthcare experience. It is a must for all the university in the UK.
Okay.
No matter what you do, have your bachelor's degree and have this healthcare experience. That's the top requirement. Without these things, you can't even go anywhere. You can't think of applying, So, and obviously your bachelor's degree certificate, not statement of results.
Okay.
And your international passport that is more than 1 year to expire. And another important thing is your personal statement. It has to be top notch. It's not a joke. Yes. Yes. So, and your transcript. If you have these things, you can start throwing in your application. Yeah.
Wow. So the healthcare experience, can you be like a support worker or nothing that like so
yes, like me, because I studied biochemistry, the experiences, I didn't use just one. I used different places, because as a student of biochemistry, we do like 6 months IT.
Okay.
So my 6 months IT was at a clinic, INEC clinic, Abuja. So I put that down as an experience. I have experience during my NYSC. I was posted to Gariki Healthcare, just like a health center in Gariki.
Okay.
So
I
that
worked
was
in Gariki Hospital for a few years.
really.
As
So,
a
but that
medical
one is
student.
near Gariki Market. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that health center. That's where I did
Okay.
my
Okay.
NYSC.
Okay.
So these are the experiences I told them I have, which is good. However, what will determine if you had that experience is when you are filling out your recognition of prior learning or portfolio. That is where, okay, you said you did this. First of all, if you said you worked in the hospital, first of all, you must get a reference from that place you said you worked in. So you get your references. Someone must write a reference, and it's either HR, but it's a senior person will give you a reference. Yeah. So during when you are now filling out your recognition of prior learning, that's where you now it's like an exam. It's not very easy. It's very difficult to fill. Yeah, but it's not undoable. And some universities portfolio is more difficult than, I think the most difficult I've seen is T side.
T side.
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult portfolio I've seen. But they are the same thing. They are relatively, the same pattern. they are all going somewhere, but different questions
Okay.
and different maybe things they will ask you to do.
More. Okay.
Yes. Now, because it's a master's degree, from the time you are filling out your portfolio, you now start getting the idea of what you are getting yourself into. Because from the portfolio, you are required to write like someone with a bachelor's degree. You're not required to write like someone that is still studying BSc. So that's the experience. So as a support worker, if you're a support worker in the UK, that have covered it already.
Oh.
That's enough. As long as you are able to get
Reference.
a reference, yes, from wherever. If you are working in care home, that's more than enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's very good. So now to the big question. I'm sure you can guess. How much is this school fees? Because I did 1 year top up nursing. I finished December last year. These people want to cut my head this man. Hey, I don't know how people get money
So
to pay school fees in this country.
Yeah, it's the money issue.
Okay.
So how much? A lot of people, this is one of the questions they ask, but how much depends on the university. There is no fixed price. There is no fixed cost. However, that the cheapest I've seen is my university. No, I think Teesside. But nothing less than £15,000 every year. Nothing less than that. In fact, every year, school fees increases by like £100 or for an international student, you are not paying anything less than £15,000. If you now see a university that collects less, fine, but I've not seen it for nursing. You may see for other programs, other courses, but for this program, nothing less than £15,000 every year. So for me, for these 2 years, I spent over £30,000. Yes.
That one is two mortgages, 2 house deposits.
Yeah, and my husband, he doesn't reside here with us. It's like he visits. So he was like converting this naira. It wasn't like
Nice. Wow. You have to work hard though and make that money back. You have to be doing extra shit, even that you have children. Wow.
So that's it. Some universities, 19,000. In fact, Liverpool John Morris University, it's crazy. It's over like almost £24,000.
Hey.
Yes, for
These people
international.
are just getting money from international students, whereas for locals it's free, almost free.
No,
almost free.
it's 9,300 for locals. 9,000.
Anyway, in Scotland it's different for us.
Yeah, for England here, it's not free for them, although they do students loan anyway.
Okay.
But
wow.
Not free for them. They still pay school fees here.
Oh, okay.
They do.
Wow. I have to recover from that shock. I was thinking, really? Why am I even complaining? My own was not much. It's not up to 9,007. Oh my!
It's a lie. Are you serious?
Because we buy modules. We just buy modules. So each module was 820, 850.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a total to 9,000 in total, and I'm complaining. So I better just shut up.
No. But the good thing about it is that they give you. They have a payment plan.
Okay.
So you don't need to
they
pay
have to
all
have payment plan.
Of course. So if you are boxed up, like if you are Jagaban.
Hey, you're Odogu.
If you're Odogu, you can just pay once. But if you pay once, they will give you like a discount.
That's like, that's more than 12 million.
That's a lot of money when you convert it to naira. That's a whole lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't want to scare anybody because
no. Well, people are doing it. Honestly, people are doing it because at the end of the day, you check what you you check is it worth it at the end of the, and it is actually.
It
It
is.
is, yeah.
It is. Because I know, it is. It's worth it. Hey, so do you do placements during your 2-year training? Do you go to the
Yes.
hospital? Because
So,
I'm just wondering, how are you able to, because I know nursing, I know Nigeria, they make nursing look as if you're going to do worries. You know, the way you have to read, it's different here. But I know it's still a bit difficult. It's still difficult. So how are you able to, like, do you do placement, or how are you able to get your confidence to then just transition into becoming a nurse?
okay, so first of all, nothing is hard. It's difficult. You know, before I started this program, I used to hear from every student nurse in every country of the world complain about nursing being a difficult program. Now, me saying it, you will not understand how difficult it is until you start. You know, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but the thing is that there will be a point where you question yourself, like, why did I choose to
Sign up
study
for
nursing?
this. Hmm.
But by that time, you can't go back.
Go back.
No. So it's different. And the difficulty, or how difficult it is, Nigerian nursing is difficult in their own way. This place, it is difficult in their own way. In America, it is difficult in their own, but difficult it is. It is not, for me, you would want to do nursing for you to be a nursing student and pass. Yeah, it takes courage, a whole lot of courage. So for placement, yes, placement is part of these 2 years.
Okay.
You know, so when we resume, like, because I have people that I'm mentoring already for this program. So I have people that I know that have started. Most of them are just rushing to University of Salford because of me. But I have a lot of people that have already started, and people that started this January, they did their first placement. They started their first placement this month for my university. So placement depends on your university and your location, you know. So I want to say that this program is basically the same thing with studying, because you know that nothing normally, like the BSN here, is 3 years. So it is the same thing, the same module, with the other one studying 3 years. However, your academic expectation is higher because you are studying at a level 7, which is master's. It is not a top up, it is a master's degree. So if I want to further my education now, I'm going to PhD. So that is the same thing. There is no disadvantage. Now, another thing that makes it difficult is because 3 years is compressed to 2 years. It's like a marathon. You don't have the time to breathe before something else comes up. So you are coming out from this assessment, you are already told when to submit the next one. And because of where we are coming from, no disrespect to our country, Nigeria, but because of where we are coming from and because of the kind of education we have, what they do here now seems more difficult. Now, it's naturally even people that are here, there are whites, like British people that grew up here in the program, everybody complains. So now check when you're now coming in from where an entirely different system, you know, it's, you will stagger. You need support. All the support you can get in this lifetime, you need it as a human being. Whether you are single or married, you need it. So during placement, we get placements, and just like I said, the number of placements you have in a year depends on your university and how they designed their own course. And all the university, they don't do the same module. However, from the information I have gathered, they are geared towards the same thing. They may call it different names, but it's similar. You know, yeah, but they do it differently. So yes, we go on placement during this program. Sometimes the length depends. So it can be a 6 week. I think the least placement is 6 weeks. So it can be a 6 weeks, the next one 8, the next one 6, the next one 8. But the longest we had was a 3 months placement. Yeah, that was the management placement. That the last one that we now did till we qualify. So we started September 2022 and finished December 2022. So yes, there is placement, and it is one of the things that you should prepare for when you are um planning to come study this program. Yeah.
Did they pay you as student nurses like bursaries, or did they pay you
No,
anything? No.
no one pays anybody. You only, I think there is something called grant, but
Grant.
it's only available for the citizens,
Citizens.
or if you have indefinite leave to remain, you can
Yes.
apply for those things.
I know.
We that are directly like in pure international students, you don't have any benefit. However, my university gave us like laptop allowance. I think they gave us laptop allowance then. Yes, but nothing like grants or payment. Then it's just that child care is £5,000 for people that are citizens and have indefinite leave to remain. You can apply for that, and it's not refundable. You don't have to pay it back. It's yours for
Okay.
them. Yeah. So if anybody is here and you have your indefinite leave to remain, you can apply for the 5,000 as long as you pass the eligibility criteria. They will give it to you and you don't have to pay them back. It's not a student loan. No, it's a grant. But during placement, we are not paid. It's just go on placement. Yeah.
Wow. Right. I know when you finish, you're going to start as a band 5. So how? Yeah, did you start as a band 5? Did you do all skills?
Yes.
You don't? Do you do all
No.
skills? You
No,
don't do
you
all
don't do
skills.
all those things. Just pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started as a band 5. So do you think you're being treated, and with the roles you're giving? I know nursing generally is very difficult. You learn as you go. And it is better, I think, for me in this country, because you actually see what you're being taught. Or like back home, I've been a nurse now, although I'm still young in nursing for about 12 years. You learn in abstract. And if you go to school of nursing, it's like, I don't know, it's so difficult that you have to know everything even without seeing it. But here, you learn as you go. You know what I mean? As like every day you learn something new. I don't know, what department do you work?
Okay, so yes, for your first questions, I am a band 5 NHS staff nurse right now. And just like you said, because of where we are coming from, I'll digress a little bit. In my workplace right now, I have like 3 people that are international nurses. They just started the same day I started. They were recruited by my trust.
Okay.
And one is from Kenya, one is from Ghana, and there's another Nigerian. That one, the Nigerian have been a nurse for over 30 years, but she is still struggling because of the equipment and all the like things are just difficult. So even I that is a newly qualified, I am like a step or two ahead of them, despite them having more experience in nursing than I am. But because I was trained here,
Yeah.
there is nothing relatively new to me
Mhm.
in terms of how things are done.
Mhm.
In terms of the equipment, in terms of writing notes, in
Management.
terms of
Yeah.
computers and all that. So yes, just like you said, it is learn as you go. The main learning here in nursing doesn't happen in the lecture room.
No.
Mm-mm. So I think in Nigeria it's more of lectures,
It's in the
read,
lecture room.
read, read,
Yes.
read, and you have to like
Yeah.
read, start reading. They will talk about IV, you've not even seen it, but you will read it, and they will ask you that question, and you must pass. You must pass it. It's whether you've seen it or not, you have to know it. But here, it is not like that. I did not write one exam till I finished. although I wrote, there's something like that's called SNAP. It's a numeracy test where you have to have 100% for you to pass it. That's what I want. The other ones are assessments, but my sister, just give me exam, please. So yes, so there is no difference at all. And if you come to the ward, nobody in my ward knows that I have a master's.
Okay.
If I don't talk,
You don't.
if I don't
Nobody
say
knows.
it, no, because it's the same thing.
Mhm.
No one cares what you graduated with.
No, that's
No,
the thing.
it's in your pocket. Yes.
It's
So
your band
what
that
we
matters.
care is about your skills and your attitude as a nurse. You already know that you are my senior colleague, so
I'm not-
you you already know that. So yes, there is no difference at all. No one treats you any different. In fact, even during placements, we are all on our university uniform. So you won't know who is doing masters and who is studying BSc. We are all nursing students. So no one knows. And even here, people that live in the UK, they don't know about this pre-registration. No.
Affiliated nursing. Yeah, that's
Most
true.
of them, they don't know
They
about
don't
it.
know
So
it's
when you
possible.
say you are a master's, they will say, oh wow, have you been and when you say no, they will be like,
They don't understand.
no, how? Even people that have lived years here, they still find it difficult to understand what you are even saying. I can remember one guy I met. He's a support worker. He has been a support worker like for 15 years. So it was just last year during December period, I met her when I went to bank, and he said, oh, that he's applying for this nursing program, or accelerated nursing program in Salford University, but he still has doubts that after this program that he will be a nurse. So when he saw me and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing, he was like very elated, He was like, oh, are you serious? So is it true? Like, is it like real?
Are you gonna be a real nurse?
Yeah. Like, do you go? Are you like sure? Like, this is real? I told him, yes. This is like, I'm on my last placement now, and when he was even asking me that, I already had a job. So I told him, as you are even talking to me, I am a band 5 NHS staff nurse, and I'm not even done with my studies. So he was so happy that at least he has seen someone for real that have gone through this program, and that person is saying yes, just go ahead. So it's somehow, but this is what it is.
Wow, that's really interesting. I've really enjoyed and I've learned from it as well. And I hope this is helpful to people. So any tip, I know you always mention in your life, like the one I watched, we're talking about the statements of entry, is it? How important it is and how you have to get it
I
right.
cannot overemphasize on your personal statement.
Your personal statements. Yeah.
Yes. I can't overemphasize on that, and your recognition of prior learning. Even if you have 2-1. See, these people, they don't, you are here. They don't care about your whatever. You need to write something. You can't have a 2-1, and when they read what you've written, you are giving it, not giving. It's not giving 2-1 writing. You know. So they just want someone that is very smart. Do you want, because the program is getting tougher to get in. Nursing is not, studying this nursing is, and getting the admission is not like any other program that you can, maybe public health, whatever, that you can just apply and you don't even, nobody's asking you about IELTS, just write personal statement. But this one is extremely competitive. I have a Telegram group. But I think the Telegram group, we are moving to Facebook. So I have a Facebook group that I have created so that more people can see us, and you know how a group is. ask their questions and all that, so we can, dish out more information, because millions of people are yet to know about this program, So yes, your personal statement has to be it. You don't play. People send me their personal statement. I wrote personal statement twice, and I was lucky. The first one, they said they rejected it, and then I had to go back and write it. So for someone that have written it before, and like I wrote it and it was rejected, and I wrote it the second time, you should know that I know what I'm saying. I have experience. It's not like I'm saying it just for saying sake. So they asked me to rewrite it, and I rewrote it. So your personal statement, in fact, just your personal statement alone can get you an unconditional offer letter, especially if you've never been a sign. If you are studying law, if you studied law before, or theater arts, because there was someone I know that studied theater arts. She was so skeptical that she would get this. I kept telling her, if I tell you, I can't just deceive you. Relax. Send me your personal statement. Let me go through it. We made amendments. I told her, remove this, add this, put this, do it this way. This lady got admission. Not only one, two, from theater arts background. So, yes, people ask, can I do it? If in my cohort, we have people that have done engineering, international relations, public health, accountancy, management, music, tailoring, different people, microbiology, biochemistry, anatomy. We are all there, different backgrounds, So just like I said, have a bachelor's degree. Doesn't matter. But when it will now matter is when you now fuck up with your personal statement and your recognition of prior learning. You will not be given admission, because there are many people are becoming more aware of this program. And you are not the only one applying.
No.
People are applying from different places. So I always tell people to bring in your A game. Don't play around when it comes to this nursing. Another advice is that many people, even after watching this video, people will still tell them, there is nothing like pre-registration 2 years as nursing. Even with all my shouting on my YouTube channel, on my Telegram group, people will still tell you that
you can't believe it is too good.
No, that is a lie. How can you have masters in nursing without ever being a nurse in your life? It is real. Please just tell them, look at me here. There are people that make video, they heard about it, and they are making video on it. That's a different thing. Me, I did not hear about it. I did it. I passed. I'm now a nurse, receiving salary.
That's so.
With NHS. So if you are in doubt, please refer to my channel.
Yes.
Anything I tell people that whatever question you may have about this program, I have already said all of them in my channel. Another thing is, in nursing here in the UK, there is no adult nursing is referred to the general nursing as the general nursing. However, there are different fields of practice in the UK. It's either you are an adult nurse, or you are a mental health nurse, or you are a children and young people, which are pediatric nurse, or you are learning disability nurse. You have to choose one of these 4 fields of practice, and major in it. So for me, I studied adult nursing. There are people that did children. There are people that did mental health. So adult and mental health, they are the most popular, followed by children and then learning disability. So you need to know what, and it depends. None of us, I would say this again, is better than the other. We all deliver care in a different way
From where?
and in a different setting. That's it. However, adult nursing seems to be the real, looks like it is the real nursing, because that is where you do the real nursing. If I'm not lying, that is where you nurse. You know the people you see when you go to the hospital, acute hospitals, those nurses there are adult nurses. However, we liaise with these other three fields of practice. So you can't separate one from the other. So mental health nurses can have a mental health patient in their facility that they are taking care of. These mental health patients may swallow a knife, and the person will require surgery. They will take the person to A&E. The nurses in A&E are adult nurses. After surgery, the nurses that will take care of that patient, they are adult nurses. So you can see from mental health facility, this person is in an acute hospital. Even as he is there, a mental health nurse still comes to visit. Now, there are some people that are in acute hospitals, like they are in hospital, they are sick, they are thinking. We are nurses, we are trained to assess these people. So you will know when your patient is in low mood, and if there is any need for this patient to be referred to a mental health nurse, so that the mental health nurse will come and assess this patient, because you can't do that's the work of a mental health nurse, because you are not trained properly to do it. So you now refer this patient, just do a referral, and the mental health patient will come and visit your patient in an acute hospital. So you see how it works. Yeah. But for the children, you know how children are children, they take care of children. So there are different fields of practice. Just all I'm trying to say, just before you apply, know who you are. Some people are really good therapists. They like talking, if you feel you can do this, then mental health for you. If you are more hands-on, you like doing, touching, all this, then adults. If you love children, then children and young people are for you. So that's just basically it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's all I've got to ask you. I think you've covered everything, except you have any other thing to add?
No, I can't. You know how this thing is. I can't remember anything. However, I will still say it, that you are not less of a nurse. You are not less of a nurse. There have been arguments, People have argued. In fact, someone told me, someone that is doing the top up, the person was a nurse in Nigeria. So the person came in here to do a top up and met one of the people I'm mentoring, studying this pre-registration. The person told this person, we are just wasting your 2 years. So that when you qualify, you just be like, is it associate nurse or what? That you be band 4, you not be band 5. Now, this is because this person saying this could not reconcile how someone that is have not been a nurse before can come and be on, because if he does a top up, I don't know if a top up is a master's, it's just for you to be a nurse in the UK. You still go for your top up. She can't reconcile how someone that have never been a nurse, she has been a nurse. Then you have not been a nurse, you come and do 2 years, and then you have a master's, and she doesn't have it. So it doesn't make. So people will try to project their fear on you. People will try to discourage you. Agents in Nigeria, I have heard, they will tell you, Gini, don't try it there, because most of them, to get this admission is not easy. So there is more work for them to do. So they will want to discourage you and tell you, no, don't go for that nursing. There is nothing like that. Tell them there is something like that, and you can do your application yourself. If you can't do it, you can contact me. But I can tell you, applying now, doing an application is different from personal statement and recognition of prior learning. But you know how we do apply for things. You can do it. So do not let anybody discourage you. I know why, you know how the whites reason. They know that at some point in our lives, we may try to not want the things we are doing anymore.
Mm.
Especially where we're coming from. Most of us wanted to, when we are feeling jammed, you say you want medicine, and then you get microbiology. You don't have a choice than to go follow through, because if you start waiting, your mates are already in in university, so you just start. However, you still nurture that dream of being a nurse at some point. This is an opportunity for you
to still pursue it.
Yes, it's not. And another thing is, no one cares about how old you are.
No.
No. If you are 50, that's fine. You can still apply. 40, that's fine, Or along the line, something may happen to you. And you see this nurse, and this person had helped you, and you were like, wow, I would like to be like this person. Why was I even not a nurse in the first place? So this is your opportunity to make your dreams come true. Nursing is a great profession. It is very rewarding. It is true that we are all shouting about the pay. Yes, we have to shout about the pay, However, there is this fulfillment that comes with a patient coming in with different attachments, NG feed, the patient is scoring, the news is high, and within 3 days, the patients have been detached. You have fixed that patient, and you say, thank you, oh, thank you so much from the oh, thank you, oh, thank you. The relatives will come, oh, thank you. That it's indescribable. You go home, you feel relaxed, you feel fulfilled that you have helped someone, because we are all people's people. We are all people's parents. We are all people's. So when you sometimes we come home and then we reflect on what has happened at work, and you put yourself in that shoe, and you'll be so proud of yourself that you were there to make that mark, So if you want to become a nurse, this is the opportunity for you to go ahead. Another thing I want to hammer, if you have a family, for me, this 2 years has been the hardest 2 years of my entire existence, because I had to juggle family, 3 children, studying masters, studying nursing, going on placement. It's a lot.
I wonder how you manage if your husband is not here, because I was just thinking,
I wouldn't have managed. There is no way I could have done it without my husband. It's almost impossible. If it's not my husband, there has to be someone else. Yes. Alone, no. Quote me anywhere. You cannot do it alone. So if there is no one, it means that you have a standby childminder that you are paying over £100 every day, especially during placement. Because sometimes before my children wakes up, I've left. Before I come back from placement, they have gone to bed. So imagine if my husband was not there. You know how children will be children. No matter what, even if they are 16-year-olds, they don't understand some certain things. So when it comes for you to write your assessment, you need peace. You need a quiet moment. But with these children, if there is no one else to put them away from you, you will struggle. So what I'm trying to say, if you are coming in with a family, if you have a growing family, think about it properly. If you are a man, so many men have, because there is one of my video that went viral. I was appreciating my husband for,
I saw it.
Yes. So many men have said, okay, I want this for my wife. If you want this for your wife, know that nothing good comes easy. Everybody's saying congratulations, but you will not know, the things we went through as a family for me to be here. Finance is the top list. But people have money. There are people that have money. People are rich. So money apart, there are other things that you need to consider apart money. So if you are a man watching me, know that if you want your wife to be like me, know that you have to give in your 101% support. And you know how it is in marriage. Before you know it, quarrel will still come. There will be a time, you know how this thing is. So all those things there, it doesn't still take it away. So it's a complete package. You know, my husband will cook. He will be the one to cook. Take the children to school. Bring them back. Still cook. Before I come back, he will ask me, do you want to eat this one? Yes. He will make it before I come back. I'll eat. I'll sleep. Tomorrow, I'm off. It's not a joke. So if you're a man that like this, that you feel that when you are now doing these things for your wife, you feel you are belittling yourself, then please don't put the woman in trouble. Don't start. Don't start it. Don't start what you cannot finish, you know. But if you are patient enough, believe you me, you will look at yourself, you look at your wife, you look at your entire family, and you'll be so proud at the end. So that's just what I want to say. Yeah.
Wow. That's so detailed. Like you've covered everything, both financials, everywhere, even marital, you've covered everything. Thank you so much. I'm sure this will be very helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and you know, when we'll have the time, please, we're going to do her own video. So you're going to see me on her channel as well. Please, I want you to support her. See, these are people who wants to give the information. You're not paying her to tell you this. You're not paying her. See, she's giving you information, dishing it. I'm like, when I saw it, I'm like, okay, I've heard about this, but I don't know the detail. I'd rather bring somebody who has done it, who will be able to, you know, you won't be able to doubt her. So please, the only thing you can do for me is just to go to her page and say, Gloria sent me, subscribe to her channel. It's free. That's all I ask of you. And then you get more information from her, because this is not my specialty. She's a master in this, okay? Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I
you
sincerely
so much,
appreciate this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My regards to your children as well for staying quiet for us.
My regards to yours too.
I know I can hear them under at the back of the door. Thank you so much for doing this. That's and fine. I wish you good luck in your nursing career. Plenty money in your account, and good luck. And I hope your nursing career will be successful and, you know, free of problems in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye.